in the picture comes a pregnancy. It just disorganizes everything inside and outside of you.
Your hormones.
So you look at your body, you look at yourself, like everything is.
You know, have you ever met someone who got married 5 years ago, and every time you see them, they are losing themselves? Like, you're like, what happened?
Yeah, very sad.
You know, you get out from that mindset that I am stuck to this person for life because we have kids together, we are meant to be together. Or because his mother loves me so much, I must stick to this family. Or maybe because there are those factors, maybe because he owns property, or maybe you have sacrificed together. You've been with this guy for 10 years and you're like, now 10 years, where do I start from? Now my biological clock has ticked, I'm like 35, 40.
Hello everybody, this is Namanya Gloria. We are so grateful to be back. We are happy to come back here to talk to you, our audience. This is beautiful Pamela and Amy, the Real Tales ladies, are back with a bang. This time round, we have a different touch of the show. We want to entertain you. We also want you to learn something at the end of the day. So today we are here to share about what has happened in the week. There has been a whole lot news after news. You guys have not been breathing. Like, people are not letting us breathe.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as you're still there with Chosen Becky's situation, then there is Uganda cranes winning. There is Zari pregnancy. There is a Weasel and Teta's situation.
Zari, the boss lady of no so mtukubira mungala bashitegedde. Finally tugenda kuzaira omwami wa special kill. Tugenda kufuna akaana akali pretty. And in-law finally twamaze ne tusalawo tumuwa omwana mukama yeebazibwe.
Abantu bali basaladde omugambo. But this lady, she already
passed the age.
Passed the age, so she cannot.
But naturally, for most women, how old is Zari?
She's like 45.
Okay. Then if she's 45, usually most women are at menopause. No, there are rare cases where women give birth at,
but also there are situations
60, 50.
Also, nowadays, I think medical has made it a bit simpler.
Simple.
That
How?
You just
No,
go
maybe
and
say surrogacy. They put a child in someone carries, because your eggs literally disappear. Like they become fewer
you
or
can
less productive.
Go to your sister, get an egg, fertilize it with your
Yeah, you want.
and give birth to a
That
child.
that is surrogacy.
No, that's not
Wait, that's not your child.
That's not your child. Typically, it's not your child.
It's the man's thing that's fertilized the other
But
woman's
that is better
Yeah.
than that is better than
Not giving birth
that
at
is
all.
better than adopting. Okay.
Yeah.
That is better.
No, I think even adopting is okay.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
for sure. But
Yeah.
at least you have a clue of the person you're going to get back.
Yeah, so what stood out for me was yesterday's show for Wilson Bugembe. Wow, it was quite dramatic, trending on TikTok as well. We saw the uniqueness this time around, because it's something unique, but the most gospel artists don't do. First, sold out, only to the religious circles, but also to secular. So, yeah, everybody takes keen interest in his music. Then secondly, besides being sold out, is the way that he did perform. This time round is different from the way most artists perform. But we know gospel artists, what they do, they just come, dress well, a long dress, something decent, praise, reach the part of worship, then start even praying, that kind of thing. But he brought a kind of uniqueness.
He actually brought drama on stage. Nobody didn't laugh. I saw Katikiro laughing to his best. I felt like everybody had fun in that concert.
So he was depicting, he was relaying the videos, like
the videos that he used to do, like, to shoot. He just brought them to life on stage, which was so interesting. And also, this also needs to show. I was so grateful to see someone who has been clashing with him so much. Pastor Bujingo was there supporting him from, like, of course he has been even supporting the concert from way back, the way he has been advertising on Soul TV and all that. So we surely, that was a very, very
not
great fun.
forgetting presidential advisor and the wife.
Wait,
she represented the president, right?
Yeah, she represented the president.
She was dressed to kill.
So smart.
the new Mugole on the block, the Vixen, and
Oh,
the wife.
I see.
Yeah.
They
They
she
graced-
arrived actually, I think,
they
on
graced
Thursday.
the occasion.
She arrived on Thursday for the wedding, and yeah,
Nice.
she was also at the occasion.
She was.
Eyo
Those two
wedding
were
tugenda
looking
Jess
like
bako.
Rabbi Davis.
Eyo wedding tugenda Jess bako oba batwise oba tebatwise
Bambi,
tujja
the
kumpaka.
Vixen, if you happen to land on this video,
Mami, invite us.
tujja kukola lugambo. We shall be here to just cheer you
To
on.
hype.
You know? The Uganda Cranes, everybody give an applause to those
I
ones.
guess they really deserve one. I
And
swear, I was
because
shocked
this-
that
what is his
Uganda
name?
Cranes
No,
would actually
no one
do
scored
that
one.
well.
There's a guy who scored goal number 1 by Mpandi.
Hmm.
Goal number 2 was Okello Allen.
Yeah.
Okello
Okello,
Allen.
yeah.
Okello Allen. Goal number 3 was Ivan Ahimsiwe. I swear to God.
0-3,
first of all,
0-3. That was
we
wonderful.
performed excellent.
Yes.
We manipulated the game from
Yeah.
the word go. We were exclusive. I like the defenders. Someone called Mukundani. That guy was tremendous in defense.
Yeah.
And we were not letting these guys. Mutaku was the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was saving every piece of thing that was flying ahead of him. So we surely were grateful.
And he also
Yesterday-
won the 1.2 billion. So yeah.
Mzee,
It's
it's
fulfilled the whole ceremony giving out that money, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but we are grateful for these boys and they represented us so well yesterday. And Ugandans, they came through.
So
to
the next
we are-
game,
we are
our
even
tickets
proud.
will be sold
We are
out
e-
plus because
we are
wow.
even so proud of Ugandans who turned up at Nambo.
Yeah,
But we
sure.
had
There's
a,
this
we had a
massive
bad
support,
game.
yeah.
We had
The
a
first
bad
time.
game at first. So but people just decided to turn up. And now you know Ugandans will always have a reason to party.
Yeah.
Last night
Yeah.
was
So
blood.
all the bars were full. The capacity.
Today we are going to discuss domestic violence. Aside the news of the week, we are here to discuss domestic violence in families, even in relationships in general. We have statistics here. In Uganda, a significant portion of women experience domestic violence, with statistics indicating high prevalence rate. A UN Women report found that 50% women aged 15 to 49 have experienced physical, sexual, or emotional violence at least once in their lifetime, according to Wikipedia and these other reports. Furthermore, in 2018, a study showed that 30% of women aged 15 to 49 experienced sexual, physical, emotional violence in the past years. These figures highlight a serious issue of domestic violence in Uganda. This is a very sensitive situation. We have had a story that happened along the week
Yeah.
that did not even happen yesterday. We have been seeing trends of this family,
A series.
a
It's a
series
series.
of these things happening. It's just that this time it has been about the man, but this woman also has been traumatized several times. What regards do you what is your take on domestic violence in this country?
For starters, I let me first comment on that situation. I feel like the situation on social media, domestic violence was sort of normalized. Like people are normalizing it and they're like, he deserved it because we have seen him beating this woman several times. And then on the other side also the woman, they're like, yeah, he deserved. And then after that, we see the couple back in hospital together. Like, who is supposed to call out this kind of
relationship z'abantu.
toxicity is extreme, but then also normalizing things like that in society is not right, because then at the end of the day, the kids, because there's that particular picture I saw of the hospital where there are two kids standing next to the mom, and these kids looked frightened, like they were traumatized looking at their dad, and the dad is smiling on the other end. Yeah, he's seemingly like he's happy, fine, he's happy, and everybody wants a family to be together. However, where do we draw the line? Where do we say, you know, these people need help, they actually need help, or they have reached a point where they much as they love each other, they cannot be together anymore. We have seen people, I've had friends who have walked out of relationships with people they love very much, but it's because the guy was violent towards them, and they just said, I'd rather keep my life than be in toxicity. So domestic violence has been is a common thing, but in African tradition, when we go back to the days of our mothers and all, and somehow somewhere there was a little bit of appreciation for men beating women. Like it was something as
Kind
in
of madness.
okay, the man loves the woman.
What the hell?
The man is taking charge, like he's showing that
I'm the man in the
yeah,
house.
I'm the man in the house. I'm
You
the
can
one.
find a way of showing you being the man in my house, not
Yeah.
beating me, please.
And-
I'm not
and
punching back.
We have women, Emmy and Gloria, who normalize this thing. They're like, if my
If a
man doesn't, if he doesn't slap me,
my friend
if he
told me
doesn't love
yesterday.
me, what? Like seriously, you guys.
I actually
My
had
friend
that
told me
statement on a
yesterday.
radio show, on a radio talk show, a certain radio, and this lady made a phone call. It was not even just a message or something. She made a phone call. She was like, they had a story they were discussing about of
Yeah.
a lady who was being beaten up, and so he was asking, is my man? Is it okay if I stay with my man? Yeah, she was asking for advice if she should
Oh my
stay
God.
or leave.
Because the man beats her
imagine
all
you're
the
in a
time.
situation where you're being beaten and you're asking people for advice.
I'm sorry to laugh, but
For God's sake, you guys, no.
like, where should he stop
Okay.
inflicting pain on me? You guys tell me where the pain is too much, that I should walk away.
You know-
Because the pain is going on your body.
Honestly, this is one thing I try to understand and fail.
Yeah.
I actually try to comprehend it and fail because we are two human beings, old enough, mature.
Yeah.
Which way can't you sit down with me and explain and tell me, you know what, this and this and this is not how I want this? Because trust me, you might decide to beat me, but I will still do what if I want to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm old enough to make my own decision. You understand? Like, are you trying to make me feel like I am a 4-year-old?
Or an object.
Not even an object. A 4-year-old needs to be punished sometime to
It's not.
Don't praise.
a 4-year-old. When you beat them and tell them don't, of course not beating like to hurt, just discipline them.
Yeah, yeah.
You still show them this is what you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
I am 35, I am 40, I am 25. You are whatever age you are, we sit down and you want to raise your hands on me.
To teach me something. But I think Gloria, I think also the factors that lead people to be that violent. Like now things like alcohol, things like drugs, things
Let me
like
tell
you're
you.
always under the influence of something and you
You
already have a background
character.
character.
Characters, many factors that lead a man to do that.
Because
a
it's
violent
truthful.
person, they are always like that.
No,
How
even
do you even, before we go further, otandika otya okulaba nti ono omusajja oba ono omukazi ayinamu omuze gw'okulwana, you have issues at home, omusajja akutte glass agifye wansi, you are at a dating stage, mwakatandika okwedaba olwo muli mu myezi 6 mu datinga, omusajja omunyiziza akutte TV agyasiza. All those are signs that shows you that this person can kill you one day. Naye omuwala n'asigala ng'agenda like, mukasa yasiza glass, next time he'll kill you. Next
there are
time
also
he'll
those
stab
who
you.
slap you once. It's
Yes,
your boyfriend.
if a man
And then you
slaps
did something bad and he just slaps you and then he's like, I'm so sorry, it will never
My
happen
dear,
again. I'm not
that's
like that. And you know, the man has
I always
shown
say,
you.
no, you try and raise your hands like this towards me. That is the end of the story of us. I don't give violence a chance. Because if you do, you're going to end up losing your life or you will end up killing someone.
Now, okay, what I've actually tried to study and understand about violence, it keeps on growing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're going
It's
to
a
start
pattern.
by fighting inside the house, like abusing each other, what. Someone next day will throw a punch on you. Someone next day they will throw something on you. Now imagine from just fighting at home to now driving a car to knock somebody. I feel like this guy just survived.
By whisker.
This
death
guy
by
was going
whisker.
to lose his life. That's what
Or
I'm
legs.
Oh, both his legs. But let me tell you, literally, someone can lose his life in something like this. Because I saw a footage, a video footage of how this guy intended. Do you imagine how much anger is that?
Yeah.
But instead of me reaching a point
Where you do
of,
that.
of going to actually
To
do something
retaliate.
like that,
Yeah.
pack your small bag.
You go.
Life is going to happen without that person. First of all, if you are to base on the story, because allegedly we don't have facts, because we were not there when this thing happened. But we are basing on the story that as it came out. Allegedly they were on a certain bath. So my thinking is there could have been some intoxication, there could have been some drinking, but I cannot, there is no way I can get drunk and do something like that to somebody if I'm not angry with somebody. Also, I don't have to reach with anger. That level of anger with someone. What are you still waiting for?
There are women who are in relationships or in marriages and they hope that this person is going to change one day, one time. Kamwe chance, ajja kuterera. Kamwe chance, nabera mu give your man a chance, give your man a chance, yes. Nayo tuuka, some women like what she did. Agenda atereka obusumbwe na obupilinga yankola kino natereka nako kati ne buchalumunga she wants to explode. Now the only way
there is no need why you Pam or Emmy, there's no need why you should wait to reach that extent. If you feel that if you have piled a lot, show us one thing of seriousness. Pack your damn bags, get your body out of that house. Because apart from you knocking him with a car,
you would be in jail.
You're going to just get to do something that is even worse, and then your whole life is messed up in jail because you failed to take a decision. That I call that no. I know domestic violence victims have this tendency of keeping insisting on the situation. It would improve, it would improve. But if it doesn't improve twice, go. Your life is much more better, much more precious, much more expensive.
But still, there's also that syndrome of women being like, okay. Secondly, I want to prove to the world that me and him are long-lasting in this relationship. I am bottling up a lot of things. He's beating me up. He's doing this. Thirdly, then there are also those incidents where somebody says, I want to get him also one day. I want to retaliate and show him what he showed me. Exactly. Now that is the stupidity we're talking about, and I'm not particularly I'm not directing it at any individual, but it's general stupidity of people to keep bottling up anger and then after a revenge plan. You've even seen those videos on TikTok trending where a woman is moving with her boyfriend happily, then a group of dogs comes around, then they mask him up and all that, then they start she beats, she punches him, and then after that they remove it and she's acting all concerned. No, it doesn't, because now what if this guy injures a guy and kill him? It's going to turn back to you. First of all, either your guilt conscience or the family that you have built, or just you yourself, you might end up in jail. So at the end of the day, people should learn that domestic violence is something that is worth walking away. There is no entire reason.
You will love somebody so much, but still walk away from that person because you love them. You know why? Because of such situations. Because you're going to end up preparing some good poison for this person. And you're telling me this is the person.
I don't know whether you guys are familiar with Viola Davis. She's an actress, and somebody was asking her about marriage, and she was like, there's no way you can call a marriage, I think she said, successful or happy until you have had the thought of killing your husband. That there's no way you can know this is real until one day you're like, I want to kill this man. Oh, I wish he was dead. I wish he'd walk out and maybe a car knocks him dead.
I know.
We've also had situations where there's a couple in Uganda, a prominent rich couple, that the woman was entering the gate and then she knocks the husband dead. Actually, she ended up in jail because of
But
that.
she's still there.
Yes,
she's on life imprisonment.
She's still in jail.
That story is trending.
Yeah, I know. I remember
Yes,
the story.
I think there was a story of cheating, infidelity around there. So yeah, that's
But even women should let men cheat. Come on. How long are we going to explain to you that whether you like it or not, he's going to cheat? Because killing a man because he cheated or he has another family outside your marriage does not make sense, because your kids are the ones to suffer. The consequences, they're going to grow up without a father. You are going to be a widow at a young age. You're not going to have a partner. You get, like, it's you who is going to suffer in this situation. Not him, because for them, once they are dead, they're not suffering. They're there. But how about you who has remained in the picture? So, I feel like it's not necessary by that.
Ate okufa kututuuseyo tubadde ku kukuba.
Anti okukuba needs to die.
Yeah, true. Understand. Understand. So that people should actually understand that avoid even the word dying, even the word killing. Let it not even come.
Even the word swollen eyes, swollen face.
No.
Trying to cover your face.
So the swollen eye, the swollen face is going to come back. That family we're talking about. Every week she has a swollen eye. Then the other day the tooth was removed. Then the ear is having. Man, honestly, no.
No, I don't know.
She just walk out.
Yeah, but because people need to get out from that mindset that I am stuck to this person for life because we have kids together, we are meant to be together, or because his mother loves me so much, I must stick to this family, or maybe because there are those factors, maybe because he owns property, or maybe you have sacrificed together. You've been with this guy for 10 years and you're like, now 10 years, where do I start from? Now my biological clock has ticked, I'm like 35, 40, where am I going to get a man? Let me just stick here. He beats me.
And you suffer.
And I suffer. I bring up my children. I can't let this wealth that we have worked for, the sacrifice of my years, go to somebody else. So people have those mindsets and those factors, or those traditional beliefs that have held them back in homes with domestic violence, and some of them come out permanently disabled. Others are traumatized for life. Others lose their jobs. Others cannot. Have you ever met someone who got married 5 years ago, and every time you see them, they are losing themselves? Like, you're like, what happened?
They're very sad.
You were so vibrant before, but the moment you got married, people may not even know you're dealing with domestic violence.
Actually, at this point, I think there's something that people need to do research about.
Yeah.
Because people lose, women, especially girls, women lose themselves when they get married.
Oh my God. Marriage,
you
works
have a lot
for
of
men
pressure.
mostly.
And as women, there is this thing of marry me. Omusajja amuteeka ku pressure, marry me. Agamba nti wadoyagala mpeta sijja wadoyagala nzikuwadde now sit home, let me enjoy my life.
Sometimes it's not even
Sometimes
that.
it's not good to force a man.
Sometimes you don't force him.
Sometimes it's not about forcing a man.
He's ready.
This is what it is. You have been here, pushing your career, looking for money, having your freedom though. However much you don't have enough on yourself, but you have this freedom. You can get time and run to the salon and do your nails and do your hair, and come sit down, take a cup of tea without you have gotten into a man's life. You're not only taking care of yourself, you're taking care of another man.
Yeah,
another
full
human
grown up
being.
person.
Full grown up, and that looks like a responsibility.
It is.
So when you're lucky to find somebody who can actually do something for themselves, then there you're lucky. If you find this person who wants you to come kneeling down whenever he's entering home, you are in trouble. Now, that is number one. In the picture comes a pregnancy. It just disorganizes everything inside and outside of you.
Your hormones.
So you look at your body, you look at yourself, like everything is messed up. Now you give birth to a child. You have to take care of this person that you have brought into the world. And there's this other old person who actually needs the other first care that you used to give him.
Yeah.
So it does not have to reduce because there's a new human being. So now your time is actually divided between these two, and you never have your own time. That is what we call losing ourselves. So but trainer had the way one that you know what, this today I am going to give myself grace and no.
And it's just the way that society has made marriage seem. Like marriage is about taking care of the man. It's about the man's needs. I don't know, when we go to church for this counseling, some of us have not been married before, but when they counsel you in church, they tell people some of these things that as a man, you know, there are going to be times when you need to step in. When you see men helping their women to wash dishes, when you see men helping their wives to probably prepare a meal, somebody will despise it and say, that man is so stupid. And it's even women who are hyping it and saying,
let me give you this particular incident that happened that I watched a video this week where the full bishop was talking how you're not supposed to be, was talking about how a man shouldn't be in the kitchen.